The Big Picture, a Christian insight on the world of film, television and popular culture, with magazine editor Ben McEachen and scriptwriter Mark Hadley. 3D glasses on, amps to 11, screens to maximum. Get ready for The Big Picture.
Well, when it comes to talking about science fiction franchises, there are none that come close to rivaling our next topic. 6 original and spin-off television series, with another on the way next year, 12 feature films, and a new one to be produced by J.J. Abrams, a multi-billion-dollar book, comic, game, and merchandise franchise, and I am, of course, talking about Star Trek. Not Star Trek. Wars. What else could we be talking about? Because, which sets us up for our segment, the great Star Trek versus Star Wars showdown. I mean, which is, in fact, better? There are entire legions of fans out there who will go to war on this fact alone.
That's true.
Will you prefer this one or the other? In the blue corner, a man who finished the Kessel Run in only 12 parsecs, Russell Matthews, will be fighting for George Lucas's epic dream. And in the red corner, a man best described as Life Jim, but not as we know it, myself, championing Gene Roddenberry's amazing creation.
Right.
So we've got a series of best ofs to go through for our franchise face-off. Let the battle begin with Star Wars. Who is the best hero? Russell.
Hands down, even within the most recent outing, Han Solo. Han Solo, he's both good and bad. Or is he good? Or is he bad? But yet he's just appealing, he's funny, and he is cool.
Right, and for Star Trek? Absolute rubbish. It's William Shatner. Of course, who could compare to Captain James T. Kirk? Might I point out that in a recent... Captain Kirk is such an incredible, expansive, faintly ridiculous, yet supremely capable leader that recently, in 2002, his original Star Trek chair was auctioned for $304,000.
Because no one wants him to sit in it again. That's exactly why.
Probably. Okay, let's go back to Star Wars now. Greatest heroine.
Now, you know what? This one's a little bit more challenging because there really aren't a lot of options, interestingly, in George Lucas's world. And so really it came down to, in the originals, with Leia and Padme, and it really comes down to Princess Leia.
Yeah,
Princess Leia, for the sake of focus, the sake of drive, and she's Princess Leia.
And that stupid hair.
And that stupid
Which
hair.
really makes people sort of look
exactly.
at her.
And they kind of fixed that in this most recent outing.
And for Star Trek? Captain Janeway. Now, most people who haven't watched the television series won't know who Captain Janeway was, okay?
Yeah.
She was the only female commander of a Star Trek ship to boast her own television series, which included 172 one-hour episodes. Take that, Princess Leia. Okay, brilliant, except for her hair, which is even stupider than Carrie Fisher's.
Exactly.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move back on to Star Wars.
Okay, here we go.
Greatest villain.
Now, you know what most people would think Darth Vader would be
I would have thought that would have been obvious.
Darth Vader because he's the archetype of evil.
Yep.
But I would have to say it's really the puppet master, the Emperor.
The
Emperor is really the one that's behind it all. And really, if you think about it, goes throughout all of the whole series. As far as the Emperor is the one that really pulls all the strings. And so I'd say he's really the best villain.
Okay, but on Star Trek? Khan.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Well, I can't argue with that.
I couldn't have said that recently, okay?
No.
Because the original Khan was done by Ricardo Montalban, and that was just honestly silly. I mean, Khan just looked threatening because he had hair that looked like it had too much stuff in it, okay? But we've got the superhuman, super smart, super strong Benedict Cumberbatch, so I kind of figure, but I'm probably going to give it to you because the Emperor probably is over the top of it.
Okay, there we go.
Khan.
All right, cool. I'll take that one.
Let's go back to Star Wars because I think I'm going to get you on this one. Star Wars? The best ship.
Now, see, okay, again, now I'm going to really go down a track that probably this would really have to go to most Star Wars nerds as far as really being the ship, because everybody is going to go Millennium Falcon.
I can't believe you're not going to say Millennium Falcon.
No, it's actually
it's
Boba Fett's ship, Slave One.
Oh,
Slave One has to be the coolest ship, and it was the one that everybody wanted when we were growing up. He said, "You want Boba Fett's ship." So Boba Fett, you know, is one of those guys that's out there. He's not necessarily even has any lines. I don't think even in the whole series, but yet it is one of the coolest ships in Star Wars.
I think he tells his son to say, "Pack, we're going." At some point, that's in one of the prequels.
That's
classic
pretty much
line. But in Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Let's be honest. The Starship Enterprise is epic. And I don't just mean
It is
on
epic.
screen, okay? It's had 7 variants all through the films. I
Yeah,
could be wrong
it's
there
kinda
by
hard
about
to-
1 or
yeah,
2.
yeah.
But it's an amazing thing. But here's the real test, okay? It is so famous that in 1994, the real aircraft carrier Enterprise hosted a Star Trek convention of its very
Wow.
own so that you could buy memorabilia. As a result of a successful letter writing campaign, NASA named the initial flight test of the Space Shuttle Enterprise, okay?
There you go.
And NASA has named its advanced prototype for warp-style travel, you guessed it, the IXS Enterprise. Okay,
There you go.
This
Yeah, I'm
is
gonna
the
give
shit.
that one to you,
There
man.
we
That
go.
was just
Well, let's
excellent.
get back to Star Wars. The best. Oh, sorry. I've got to let Fernando have his moment.
Thanks,
with his
Fernando.
lightsaber. That's actually a real lightsaber. People who don't know, he's threatening us on the side over here.
Exactly.
Best sidekick.
Now, this one, there is just so many options. Because, I mean, you can go robotic. You can go C-3PO, R2-D2. Or you could go humanoid or maybe even creatures. All the different ones that you can look at. But ultimately, what it came down from my decision is who would I want at my side in the heat of battle.
So obviously not Chewbacca on account of the fact of the smell.
It is Chewbacca. Come on. Of course it's Chewbacca. Chewbacca, I mean, he has the coolest weapon. He's the biggest man.
But he's wearing a huge flea collar around his waist. It's like his shoulders.
But he never gets injured. I mean, he never gets injured. I mean, it's amazing. And also, you can stand behind him if you ever need to.
And whatever he says, you can interpret it for whatever you like.
Exactly. Nobody knows what he's really saying
Okay.
except for Han Solo. But
And-
no, Chewbacca, come on.
And for
Sidekick.
Star Trek,
Oh, I know where you're going with this one.
Scotty. Did you see that coming?
No.
No, I didn't go with
Wow,
Spock. You thought I'd go with Spock.
I
Yeah.
thought you
But I
were
went with
totally
Scotty because I
Spocking.
love someone who tells you that you can't do something and then you do it anyway. Kirk is forever going, yeah, take us to warp 7. And he goes, you can't change the laws of physics. And then we do. You know, or
He even pulls
how
off
about
the
this?
accent.
You know,
Oh,
what
my
you
word.
need to do is you need to crash us into the atmosphere, split the planet in half, and take us into a new time zone. She cannot take much more of this, but apparently she can.
She can, yeah.
She always makes this. He's the best sidekick because he always makes you look good.
Yeah, that's right. And it's funny.
Okay, and how about for Star Wars, the best plot twist?
Oh, well, this one's iconic. Yeah, I mean, you just can't go past this one. And he goes to Empire Strikes Back. And I mean, even talking about fathers earlier and the importance of that. No, I am your father.
Yeah, it is hard because
You
people,
cannot.
everybody
go
knows
past
that
one.
line. It's
Everybody,
very hard.
even if they haven't seen the films, they know the line, they know the importance of it, and they know that it is the ultimate twist. And the thing I loved about it was it came at an era before all the super spoilers out there on Facebook and all this are trying to predict all the things that are going on with the latest film, and no one knew it was coming. And when it did. What?
People were traumatized.
Oh, it was.
They had counseling at the front of the cinema.
What's going on? I mean, you can't even go to the whole Luke and Leia all of a sudden being siblings, which is kind of creepy that they talked about. But no, I am your father. It's
Okay.
the twist, maybe.
And Star Trek? Apparently, Spock's not dead after all. they have an entire film where they kill him off. Okay, one of the most tragic, poignant scenes in science fiction, the death of Spock as Kirk is on the other side of the glass and they're putting hand to hand and that sort of stuff. No, wait. Apparently, he stuck his consciousness in McCoy's head. There you go. There was apparently room for another person in there. Who would have thought? Okay,
No, yeah.
and the destruction of the home world, the Vulcan rewriting of time itself can't kill this pointy guy. He just goes on and on and on. He's the undeniable king of resurrection as far as science fiction is
go.
concerned.
The Big Picture is a Bible Society Australia production and part of Hope 1032's family of podcasts and vodcasts.